Hey everybody, Hollywoodpizza here, and we're going to be playing some red deck wins, that's right. I play red quite a bit, and I can definitely say that in Standard I think it's been a really good deck. It's taken down one of the tournaments that I host in Standard, and we've seen it quite a bit on the ladder since it took down a tournament. I think this version's got a little bit more of some mid-ranginess to it, all the while being aggressive. So we have 12 1-drops, Kumanos, which is a saga, deals damage, gives a counter to a creature, and then turns into a creature itself. So a spear that gets bigger, equal to the number of non-creature spells we cast that turn. Play with Fire, a card that's just going to deal 2 damage either to the face or a creature. And we have a new card, Vindictive Flamestoker. Whenever it casts a non-creature spell, it gets an oil counter. And then it has an ability that costs 7 mana, but it costs 1 less for each oil counter on it. And you discard your hand and draw 4. So once you run out of gas, you can kind of just go crazy with this card and just draw a bunch of cards. 4 is a lot. It combos out with our one of Monumental Facade, which is really good. It comes in with 2 oil counters. You can tap it for colorless. You can tap it to remove oil counter from it to put an oil counter on an artifact or creature. You can only do it at sorcery speed, but essentially doing this a couple times on a Flamestoker itself can get it down to where it only costs like 2 or even 1 mana pretty quickly, and you end up drawing a bunch of cards. So on the 2-drop slot, we've got a couple of Braids, 4 Lightning Strike for some burn to the face, 3 Bloodthirsty Adversaries, Flashback, the Braids or the Lightning Strikes, and an Obliterating Bolt. We also have 3 Furnace Punisher, which is a card from the new set, 3 mana, 3/3 Menace. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 2 damage to that player unless they control 2 more basics, so really good card in Standard, just because a lot of decks are going to be 3 or 4 colors, and most lands are not going to be basics, so this card can kind of just deal a lot of damage, especially when we double it up with cards like Sulfum, which is a new card from the set as well. So it's a 4 mana 5/4 Phyrexian Horror legendary creature. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage, it deals double that damage instead. So really good card. And then you can discard 2 cards for 3 mana or 4 life and a colorless, or 2 life and a red and a colorless, to put an indestructible counter on it. So this is definitely like a super powerful card that kind of ties a lot of the deck together with the burn spells that we have, the Kumanos. Even Chandra deals that 1 point of damage, can kind of double up, and Chandra just a great card engine plus ramp as well. We have a Mechanized Warfare to help kind of do the same thing that Sulfum does a little bit by giving a little bit of extra damage to our creatures and our spells. Cost's pretty good. Nice little value. Planeswalker comes in with 6 loyalty. You can +2 to go get a basic to make sure that you always hit your land drops. You can minus it to kill something as long as you got a pretty decent amount of mountains down, and the emblem on this is kind of just insane, where every mount you play is 4 damage to anything. For special lands, we have a Sekenzin. We were trying out the Autonomous Furnace, didn't really get to use it that much. A couple Foundries and a Facade. We actually had 3 Foundries, but I ended up cutting it here and going with the 18 mounds. I think is going to be a lot better. Overall, I think this deck's super powerful still. I don't know if this is the right combination of cards. There's going to be a lot of different ways to build this deck. But let's go ahead and jump into some games and see how we do. I think that we keep this. It's really aggressive. And we're going to have the turn 1 Swift Spear. I think we just want to start to get in for damage. Factory is a little bit awkward, but we're still able to get a Bloodthirsty Adversary down, maybe even. If we hit a red, I think we do play both 1-drops. Okay, we don't hit a red source, so let's make a use of all of our mana, come in for 3. Really aggressive start. We'll see if they have maybe like a blocker of some sort. Alright, Ledger Shredder, that's fine. It's definitely a magic card. Costs 2 to activate. Let's get the Swift Spear down. And swing out. At least we know if they want to pump up the Shredder, they're going to have to do it on their turn. We got them down to 14 already. Still have some cards left here. Yeah, unfortunately we did draw all 3 of our Mistress Foundries. But it's okay, it definitely happens. Okay, they just have a Lightning Strike for the Swift Spear, that's fine. Pretty okay with that. We hit Monumental. Okay, Monumental's okay. We can play Flame Stoker. We'll play Monumental. We'll make this a creature. And we're just going to keep swinging here. They're going to block a 2/2. Take 3, go down to 10. And, you know, we're getting some more creatures on the battlefield. We have a Haster next turn. We can make this cost less eventually. Iconoclast is really good, though. Okay, and they have an Ancestral Anger here on the Shredder, so we know that that's probably going to come in for damage. We'd go down to 17. Okay, they actually didn't come in, which is a little bit surprising. Let's see, this costs 1. They'll probably just block with their 1/1. Yep, coming in for 2. Alright, we'll pump it up and kill their Ledger Shredder. So we can at least get that out of the way. We don't have any instants yet. Red mana would be nice. We need double red either way for this Bloodthirsty Adversary. Wow, second Iconoclast. Pretty strong though. So let's go and see what happens here. They necessarily don't really have like a great attack. We could just trade with the Iconoclast. Block the 1/1. Alright, second red source is nice. Definitely appreciated here. Let's see, I think we'll go ahead and Kumanos. Put an all counter on the Flame Stoker. Swift Spear gets a little bit bigger. Let's see. We can activate the Mishras. I think we activate this and then swing out here. If our opponent wants to trade with some cards, we're pretty happy with that. If they end up... Okay, so they just have a Consider. They make some 1/1s. That's fine. So they're probably going to have some pretty good blocks now. They can trade with the Bloodthirsty. We're probably okay with that. It gets some creatures off the battlefield. If they double block the Foundry, we can just pump it up. They might just block there with like a singular token, yep. Double block on the Adversary. And yeah, I think that's fine. Get our opponent down to 5. We can put an oil counter here, oil counter next turn. And then draw 4 fresh cards. Like, we'd lose the Adversary, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think it's definitely worth it. Oh, we needed to do this on our turn, because this is only a sorcery. Ooh, that's my bad there. Thought it was going to be instant speed. Definitely happens when you're playing with some new cards. Okay, Lightning Strike. Yeah, not really much we can do about that either way. So I'm kind of glad we didn't use it now, because we have 2 for a future Flame Stoker that we get. Opponent could start attacking, but they're at 5. Yeah, we'll take it. So they have 2 creatures, but we know they're just saying so they just get more. So creature. I mean, Koth is pretty good. Koth gets us a mountain. It also pumps up the Swift Spear. So let's uptick on Koth. Get a mountain. We'll play it. We can play Adversary. I think that's fine. We might actually just want to pass and save Koth now. Swing in, they block. But then they might be able to attack Koth. I don't really think that's worth it. I think we just say go. And we try to get this up to 7. And then we can just ultimate it and kind of just burn them out by playing some mountains. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to go super, super wide here. They might have some burn spells for the Koth as well. But we got some blocks. This is going to flip over too. And if they get too aggressive, we have tons of creature lands. And like I said, the Kumanos is going to flip over. This is pretty dangerous, though. So they might end up just killing the Koth here. Yeah, the 2 Iconoclasts definitely giving us some trouble, but we do play Burn in the deck, and you know, we're pretty close to already having our opponent dead here. So they are going to attack the Koth. I think I block one of them. I guess we'd have to block 2 of them to kind of make them have to use spells here. Okay, yep. So yeah, they just had a pump spell anyways to get 2 more tokens, so the Koth's gonna die from that. We get a trade with 1, kill another. Okay, Furnished Punishers, pretty nice. They don't have 2 basics. So this is gonna deal some damage. We don't have any good attacks, though. We do have some good ground blocks, though. Still have another creature land here. We might just be dead. We're at 16. It's going to be close. Okay, Spell Dancer seems pretty good. 2 cards from our opponent here. Okay, another Iconoclast. And they have a Swiss Bear, so no spells. They might just come in with the Balmor. So we're 1 damage away from being able to take this game down. I don't really see a reason why they wouldn't want to attack with that. That's fine. We have plenty of basics. We hit a Flame Stoker. We'll put the oil counter on the Flame Stoker. They do have 2 basics now, though, so they're not going to take the Furnace Punisher damage. Really hoping that they don't hit a spell here or we're just dead. They have quite a lot of creatures. Ooh. Yep, they did hit a spell, and a good one too, so they get a redraw here as well. So we have some blocks that we can make, but it's definitely going to be a bit risky here. They can just swing out with the team. Okay, coming in for 4, so that puts us down to 11. 7 puts us down to 8. Are they going to attack with more than that? If they do, we might still have some favorable blocks here. We can't activate 2 creature lands, so we'd be able to block 5 of their creatures. Flamestoker might draw us a burn spell. It draws us 4 cards. Punisher not being able to deal that extra damage was a little bit problematic there. And let's see, this can't be blocked. Yep, just gotta take it. We go down to 8. Like it's an oil counter. We draw a mountain. So we're going to put an oil counter here. This is not a sorcery only. Do we even have anything at 1 mana that kills them outright? We actually don't. So we might just have to play this and pass. They don't take 2, so we got pretty close. Okay, just coming in for 3. Do they have a spell to kill us? We'll find out pretty soon. They might attack out. If they do, like I said, we got some blocks. We got creature lands. We wouldn't be able to activate the Flame Stoker, but yeah, we can still do this at instant speed, which is nice. Yep, no blocks, going down to 5. So did they hit a spell to kill us? Not yet. Alright, so let's draw 4, and we hit the burn. We have plenty of burn now. So we'll go ahead and play Cubanos. And a Play with Fire. Alright. Able to take that down. We held our ground. We definitely want to keep that burn spell on top. We can actually play it off the Chandra to deal an extra 3 points of damage if we really needed it. But pretty close game. We'll see you for the next one. Oh my goodness, we're up against John. Let's go. Alright. I think we keep this hand. This hand's pretty good. We're going to get the Foundry down. It can attack. We have 2 removal spells. I think we keep it. We got some lands. We're on the draw, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's okay. We'll see if John is playing some kind of offbeat deck. Starting off with the Foundry, okay. Furnace Punisher looking pretty good here. Alright. Looking even better. Okay, Prophetic Prism, okay. Interesting. We have Swift Spear. Do we just destroy this? I think I'm just gonna play Swift Spear and Smash, honestly. Might have wanted to play the Foundry, but I also want to play Punisher next turn. Okay, there's a Bank Buster and a Foundry. So we're gonna Swift Spear. We can Abrade the Bank Buster before it starts to go off. Come in for 4, get them down to 15 and pass. We have Mechanized Warfare that does quite a bit of damage here. Alright, and they do have 2 basic land types now, so the Punisher isn't really going to deal as much damage. Okay, they get a Power Stone. Yeah, let's play this. I mean, it doubles our damage. We get to Lightning Strike, or maybe we just can kill them. Okay, -5, sure. So Sulfim gonna go down. If we draw a land... Okay, Bank Buster. They actually have... the Sphere counts as a basic land type. I think we destroy that. No, let's get Punisher down. And let's beat in. It's past turn. So I'm pretty sure they're not going to take damage because... Okay. Is it just 2 basic actual lands? Okay, I thought it was basic land types. Alright, so that's good. That makes me feel pretty good. Okay, alright. And... yeah, we just have a lot here. They could crew the Bank Buster. Okay. And we're just going to come in for some damage, so... Red deck doing quite a lot. We'll get them down to 2, and... if they don't have another basic, they actually just lose the Punisher by itself. This Juggernaut's awesome, though. Okay, big score. Could have some removal. Maybe they have a Brotherhood's End. If they do, we still can kill them with the Foundry or just the Lightning Strike, either way. Okay, redraw off the Bank Buster. They have mana. Like, they still had mana to do stuff, but yeah, just no blockers there, so we were able to take that down. We'll see you for the next one. Ooh, we're up against Steve. Okay. We got all the All-Stars right now. Alright, I think we can keep this hand. This hand's pretty decent. Even though it's 1 mountain, we're just 1 red away from being able to cast all the cards in our hand, and on top of that, we have a pretty good start with that Bloodthirsty Adversary into the Furnace Punisher. So we want to play our Foundry, and we do hit the red source, which is nice. Foundry, either way, will come in for 2. We'll play our Mountain so that way we don't take any damage off the Punisher. Okay, looks like they're playing Anvil. Let's go. So let's get Punisher down and deal some damage. Hoping that they don't have any more basics in their hand. So that way the Punisher can keep dealing damage. We know we'll at least get 2 out of it, and on top of that, it does have Menace, which is nice, but okay, 2 basics there. And we're not going to take any damage, luckily. Let's go ahead and play the Monumental. And let's play Sulfum. It might die here. We're going to come in for some damage. And they do just have a go for the throat. That's fine. We'll hit them for 5, get them down to 9. We still have 3 damage in our hand that we know of. And we have our creatures still dealing a lot of damage. They got to get 2 cards down to block just the Furnace Punisher by itself. So, okay, there's a Flame Stoker. They have 1 black open. Land drop into Varan. Okay, so they have quite a lot going on. And they're going to gain 3, go up to 12. We hit a Bloodthirsty Adversary. So I think we play Chandra. We deal them a point of damage. We'll go ahead and play with fire here. And come in with both. And they can't block the Punisher, so they're going to go down to 6. We'll pass the turn back. They don't take any damage because they have some basics. Flamestoker is going to be really, really nice here in a little bit. Unfortunately, Oni Cult does gain them some life, so it's kind of breaking a little bit even with the Chandra. Okay, Fuseling down. Okay, so they have quite a lot of things going on. We'll see if... Okay, Voltage Surge on the Punisher, that's fine. This is a 3-1, so it can block pretty good. Does not have haste, though, luckily. So we have a Bloodthirsty Adversary and a Play with Fire in the graveyard. I think we just Bloodthirsty here. We'll go ahead and do this. We'll Play with Fire on the Fuseling. And we'll smash in with our creatures, come in for 5. They have to block because the Chandra is going to be lethal. And we'll go ahead and deal them 1. And we'll play a Flame Stoker here, second main phase, and pass it back. The Monumental Facade is going to be really, really good with the Flame Stoker. Okay, second Anvil's not bad here. And a Braids, okay. So they're going to sacrifice an Anvil. We're going to take some damage. They get a couple tokens. They're at 3. So we can actually just activate this. And come in with our creatures. They can block 3 of them. They're going to take 1, go down to 2. Let's see, so... Okay, they can sacrifice that. That's fine. They go down to 3. If our top card is a Lightning Strike, they're dead. Alright, we hit it. Alright. Got super, super lucky there. We just hit the Lightning Strike off the Chandra. And we'll take it down. We'll see you for the next one. Alright, gonna be on the draw here. I think this hand's okay. We have Kumanos to start it off with. We have a couple draws to hit a creature to get that bonus off the Kumanos. And we have some removal, so... Even though a little bit flooded, I still think it's okay. Alright, we actually hit a 1-drop, and I think we're still going to Kumanos here. And then Flame Stoker, just because the Flame Stoker will be a little bit bigger. Might have wanted to do it the opposite, just because we'd be able to draw some cards off the Flame Stoker, but I think getting a 2-3 down and then a 2-2 is going to be nice, and then we can burn some cards out of the way. And we hit a Chandra here, so we can already tell that our opponent is not playing basics, so... We know the Punisher would be really, really good here. Let's go ahead and pass it back. We might use this Play with Fire to deal them 2, really depending on what they play here at the 3 mana slot. And looks like they have a way to kill the Flame Stoker. Okay, that's fine. No real way to stop that. It doesn't have prowess, so... We'll go ahead and get our Kumano here. And we'll play this Chandra. Get to deal our opponent some damage. We'll go ahead and play with fire. And I don't think that we want a Kumanos. I think we want some more powerful cards like a Karn. Or maybe even like a Sulfim. So we'll go ahead and just pass it now. And see what our opponent does. Okay, just a 2-2 from our opponent. We have Monumental. Let's play a Mountain. Exile the top card. We hit a Swiss Spear. We'll definitely play that. We'll go ahead and Abrade the Root Keeper just because we want to make sure that our opponent doesn't ramp into a card that we don't want to see. On top of that, it also fixes their mana, seeing that they're like a 3-color deck. So, yeah, there's definitely a matchup where we wanted the Punisher here. Okay, Saheeli, probably make a couple blockers. And if they do, we can just kill it with the Chandra, which is nice. Kill it with the Chandra, keep attacking. We have Monumental to potentially boost up one of our Vindictives. Okay, so they do end up making the blockers here. Let's see what they have as a backup. Okay, Chandra, gonna take some damage. We hit Mechanized Warfare, which is actually pretty nuts. I think our opponent might just be dead here. Let's see, so... Mechanize, we can look at our top card. If it's a spell, this gets bigger. If it's a burn spell, they take a lot of damage. I think we're just going to kill the Saheeli, so that way they don't draw any cards. And we'll deal them 6. And pass it back. Chandra is at 4. It could end up dying, but we still have Mechanized Warfare. A couple creatures out that they already have to deal with as well, so lots of threats on the battlefield on our end. We just have a land in hand. And our opponent's going to tap out for All Will Be One. Card that we definitely have been quite familiar with here. And they're actually just going to pass, which is kind of surprising, actually. We'll go ahead and deal them 1. And then we'll go ahead and cast our Bloodthirsty Adversary. And we'll use its ability. And use this Play with Fire to deal the last points of damage to our opponent. We also had some creatures as well that would have done the same, so able to take that match down. We'll see you for the next one.
This video is brought to you by MagicJank.com, the spiciest cards for your sauciest decks. Buy and sell Magic the Gathering products and gear today on MagicJank.com.
Looking for the latest comic book to add to your collection? How about the last card for that Magic the Gathering Commander deck? Well, the comic book stores got you covered. Shop online at comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com or come in person at 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey. Pizza people, are you enjoying the content? Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit that bell icon as well. That way, anytime any of our new content comes out, you're able to see it right away. Hey, leave a comment down below as well. Tell us what you're going to play in the next event, or tell us what you're enjoying about the video. Don't forget, check out the description too. We've got tons of great content down below, and on top of that, we're going to have our tournament schedule too, so get in on it. Hope to see you. Alright, so let's go. Going to be on the play. I think we can keep this hand pretty good. We got 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. And our 3 drops is Chandra or the Punisher. Okay, let's get this down. Gonna come in for 3, so they have a Black Cleave. The Punisher already gonna deal some damage. Okay, 2 non-basics, bit of reunion, so yeah, Punisher already coming in strong here. And let's come in for 3. We'll get to deal them 2 here. So we're not going to take any damage. They have that. We can still Chandra, pump this up. Uptick here, deal them a damage. We can Lightning Strike. Paying the life for it. Coming in for 6. Dealing them another 2, getting them down to 3. And Swiss Spear is still looking pretty good here. They have 4 lands. And, okay, they get that. Wow, yeah. So they actually reanimated that, but that ends up losing them the game anyways. Looks like they didn't really have anything outside of that.